Every morning across Nigeria, millions of families begin their day with one of the most common sources of protein, the egg. But behind this simple meal lies a powerful agricultural engine, the poultry value chain. From hatcheries to feed mills, from backyard co-ops to large-scale operations, poultry is transforming livelihoods and redefining food security and agricultural prosperity in Nigeria. Layer production is the backbone of Nigeria's egg supply. A single healthy hen can produce over 280 eggs annually, making poultry one of the fastest return agricultural investments.
The process starts from where we get the birds from day old. We start brooding them depending on the weather. If the weather is cold, they will need more heat. And if the weather is hot, they don't really need much heat. After brooding, we'll take them to where they will live well. They will feed on starter. After starter, from 10 weeks, they start feeding on grower. Then by 16 weeks, they are going to be given a vaccine, which is called 3-in-1. After the vaccination, they'll still keep on feeding on grower. After the vaccination, they start dropping eggs. From 16 weeks to 24 weeks, they start dropping eggs, which will sell to the market. Then from 1 year to 6 months, we take them as old layers, because by that time, they might not be able to, their egg rates, the way they lay egg, might be dropping that time. So we sell them off to the market.
Poultry is a very important element and is the cheapest form of protein. So the nutritional value in poultry, meat, egg and all that is very valuable for growth and the growth of intelligence, the intellect of the individual and the child. So it's very, very important to make sure that your poultry sector is very good. Poultry is not only chicken. All birds are poultry.
Everyday consumption. People must eat egg. There's no day pass that passes by you must sell. If there are some times where you just come boom, like most times in a week I carry like 50 crates every day, sometimes 100 every week. So it depends on how it moves. So there's no time that you don't sell at all. For egg business is everyday consumption. People must eat egg. Like I have a customer that says no matter the kind of food she cooks, she still puts egg inside the child's food. So every week they do buy a crate of egg. Every week that passes by, they must come to buy a crate of egg. So egg is everyday thing.
Opportunities. The value chain is not limited to production of egg and meat. Even the feather of the chicken, you can also convert it into something like pillows, like whatever. You put feather and make it into pillow. And then even the bones, you can use the bones in production of calcium for fish feed, for the chicken feed itself, and for medicinal purposes. And then the droppings you can also use as farm manure. The release of nitrogen from poultry droppings is much higher than what you get in all the chemical fertilizers that you have. So there are many, many things. The meat, egg, the bones, the feather, and the beak. So all these things are usable. You see, in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, if you go to Kano, there is a place called Bello Road. Candled egg, even from the preponderance of poultry is in the southwest of Nigeria. Egg that they could not hatch, they candle it, it cannot bring chicks and all that. They pack it and come to the market with it in the north, because preponderance of poultry is in the southwest area. You go to the market, some of it goes bad and the whole place is smelly. So when you do a factory that takes the excess egg from the market and converts it into powder and elongates its life, you prevent that a lot. In fact, my idea was, because of my experiences in poultry, I decided that that is an area that one should invest. Because in Katsina, when it rains, the guinea fowl produces egg and it's cheaper. So people buy the guinea fowl egg and then allow the poultry farmer to really suffer. There is no market. And therefore you have a glut. That glut of being able to mop up 120 eggs a day. If you divide that by 30, you see the number of crates. Taking it, and then I had this arrangement, because I had the feed mill, I expanded the feed mill. So we can pay for the egg we are getting also in kind by giving them feed, so that we can have that relationship. So there are many, many things you can explore. Nigeria is, as a whole, is developing. And all these areas need to be scaled to be able to really take Nigeria to its rightful place. In Africa, we have one market, and the population of Africa in about 24 years will be over 1 billion. And Nigeria, is in a very good position to really capture that market. But because even now, food security for Nigeria is food security with a number of considerations. Poultry for meat, within 6 weeks, you get at least the table size, 1 kg of chicken. And then when it is like 18 to 22 weeks, the chicken will lay egg optimally. And therefore, you can go to the bank, you can also eat well and all that, and everybody will be happy for it.
Broiler farming is a rapid production system. In just 6 to 8 weeks, chicks grow into market-ready birds. This quick cycle makes broiler farming ideal for young agripreneurs seeking faster returns on investment.
December, the demand is high, and that's the season. And you won't even see. Like even now, because of this salad now, it made the egg costlier than what we did buy it before. Now, even when they brought this one, they brought it for me at the rate of 6,000 because I didn't go to the farm. They brought it at the rate of 6,000. So now, how am I going to get the profit? Where if I go to the farm by myself, I can get cheaper than that. But because of the scarcity, now you have to even pay ahead before you can get. Like before that, you see them. Before they will come here, I sell Lego. You see different cars coming to tell you they have farm, you want to buy it. But now, it's hard. Even when you call them, they will tell you, I don't have, I already have slots. You have to book ahead. Like the last one they brought, I have to pay ahead before they could bring 50 crate for me. So now, because of this, they are fasting and all that. Now made the thing scarce. Made it scarce. And because of after Christmas period, most of them sold out their chickens. So they had to buy new one. I have a farm in Piakasa where they usually have it, but because of those Christmas, they sold it and all that. They are getting a new one. They have to start training them. They have to, before they start laying. So for now, they don't even have egg at all. They don't even have, it's a very big farm, but they don't have at all because they sold everything during Christmas period. So for now, the egg is scarce. This season now is scarce. And it's costlier than what we buy before.
Feed accounts for nearly 70% of poultry production costs, making feed formulation one of the most critical links in the value chain.
Very important. In fact, we hardly now import feed. So it's all made here. All the components are here. That's why I told you, in the past they used to import these things. It's no longer attractive to import feed. There are components of feed that you import, but the feed itself, there are many, many feed companies. The people make feed, chicken feed. Look at the Olam Agri in Kaduna. It's making millions of bags of feed. And then there are many other like CHI, like even Obasanjo farms make their own feed. Amo, they make their own feed. There are many people, UAC makes, not UAC, there's this Grand Cereals. There are many, many farms. There are many seed companies. Feed companies in Nigeria. In fact, it's not attractive to import feed. There are some feed that maybe some for fast growth and all that. Some people just bring in but I believe that is even wasteful, because you can really make whatever feed you need here. We don't encourage the importation of feed. In fact, the feed companies in Nigeria are not even performing optimally, because the demand is not such that they can be exhausted. So you can't even turn to importation. In fact, even we used to import chicks, day-old chicks and all that, but people produce. There are many breeder farms and all that. So it's no longer such a lucrative business to start importing anything poultry. You can do it here. And since we had AI, the poultry industry became more developed internally, because you couldn't import and neither can you export. So we were here, we were like China behind a curtain, iron curtain, and then we had development. But this inability, purchasing power and all that, cost of feed and all that, has really affected the poultry industry, but it is getting out of that. And we believe that this is going to be looked at. And then the competition that we will have with some big giants from Brazil and all that is not something that we wholly welcome, because it will distort the gains that our small industries have made.
Local feed production not only reduces costs, but also creates another thriving agribusiness segment.
Feed formulation has brought down my cost very well, but the thing is, how many people can do the feed formulation? This is our milling, the one we use for grinding it. So we grind, we use maize, rice husks. So there are alternatives. Like now, the corn is very expensive. So we use corn, but we can alternate, tweak it a little bit, and add like cassava flour. Cassava flour also is a binding material, because you are going to pellet, and when you are pelleting, you need it to bind. So we add some little of corn flour or even baker's flour. So what I use now, it costs my costs and help me to break even. And we add few things like the natural. We put some of the moringa in our feed, because we are the one
birds.
For both.
Okay, both fish
and birds. So we add like moringa leaves just to boost it. Then beside this one, we still put like palm oil and some other little natural things. You can't compare anything with feed formulation. If you formulate it yourself, if you know the right things to do, it's not comparable. There was the time I used to buy feed. I bought a feed for my birds, and they have one sickness and they were dying. So when I took it to the vet and they opened it up, they told me it's from the feed, that I should just discontinue that feed. But the advantage is that when you are doing your own feed, not only that you can trace wherever there's any problem. When I went to lab with my bird, the person analyzing it, they told me this is the first time they've seen a bird without salmonella. It's just because I formulate my own feed.
A bag of feed now, we are buying it like 26,000 something. So if we can use that black laban in supplement to their feed, it will be make your production to less expensive. No, when you use this black larva ants, it's just like you organic way of feeding your chickens. So, and when you rear chicken in organic way, it is healthier, it's earthwise, it's very good. So compared to orthodox way of boosting chicken, it's a natural booster for them, because when they eat it, they make them grow fast, they add more weight, and it is very good. They eat less of their feed when you add a black ant larva to their food. So me, I've seen it very, very good and nutritious, and it's good to go with family.
Quality chicks determine farm success long before feeding begins.
One thing about biosecurity is very important, because people start poultry and they complain that, oh, the birds are dying, we are losing so many birds and all that, just because they do not observe the need to have proper biosecurity. The medication and the livability of the birds depend on due diligence in biosecurity. Don't, because you have a poultry farm, take every Tom, Dick and Harry and show off. As they come in, they leave behind some diseases, and these diseases will affect the flock, and they die. So most poultry farmers have this habit of showing off their farm. When somebody comes, you just take them into the pen. No, you don't do that, because in fact, if you get to a chicken pen, outside there is a foot bath. You don't even go in with your shoes that you have been walking around with. You have to dip them in the water to get in there. And then also even your clothing has to look good. Because I know a farmer here, I think in Abuja, whose farm hands were eating food in this mama food with other poultry farmers. He had a closed house, air-conditioned, controlled climate and all that. But his people were going to mix with people from people who do deep litter and all that. So his own people got disease and transferred it into his closed house, and he lost over 500,000 birds. So sometimes, the biggest problem is this showing off of the farm and not being very careful about biosecurity. There are so many risk factors, but a very important risk element now in agriculture now, funny enough, it's offtake. Chicken will lay egg every day if it eats well every day. Now, there is a lot of money in feeding, and you can only feed well when you can sell the products. That is, the bird will feed itself. If people do not get market to sell off these things easily, then these birds will suffer. And when they suffer, when there is no feed, they don't produce, and so they die off. So the risk factor is in marketing, being able to really sell off what you do, produce and sell optimally and within the shortest possible time. It's a very important risk factor. Other things may be disease, maybe insecurity, and things like that. But all these ones, you have to go here and there to be sure that, because somebody who is probably running his poultry in a way probably does not have issues with insecurity. But he definitely has a problem with offtake. Either they are day-old chicks, or the eggs, or the chicken itself when it's a broiler or something, or noiler.
Efficient processing, packaging, and distribution ensure poultry products reach consumers safely, completing the journey from farm to table.
My main customers, I have house food. I have vendors like this Aboki that sells Indomie. They are the ones that even make more profit than even we that sell. Like I asked today, one person, he sells one Indomie, hungry man, with one egg, 1.5. So they make more money, even more than we. So my major customers actually are, how would I put it, household. So household, even those machines they do come to buy. So every day they must buy.
Anyway, we used to buy sometimes 6,000 naira, 5,500, 5,700, depend how they get them for farm. You understand? So like now this one I bought it 6,200 naira. I'm selling it 6,500 naira. So my own is 300 naira. Yes, like on Friday we used to sell more, on Monday we used to sell plenty markets. And during the week, be small. Sunday, like Saturday, if you don't go out, they don't come to market. You understand? Sunday they are at home, they are resting at home. On Monday, children will take all these things to school, so they need to buy plenty. You understand? There's no egg. There is no rainy season now. We used to have plenty egg. They will be begging us to buy rainy season because of the weather.
Poultry is modern farming. It is nutrition, employment, enterprise, and opportunity. With the right knowledge and investment, Nigerians across the country can participate in this thriving value chain.
You need egg. The protein of yesterday you took yesterday will not take care of your needs today. So it's just like water. You drank water yesterday, does not mean that you will not drink water today. So on daily basis, there's a minimum amount of protein that we need. An egg will take care of that. Because if you look at it now, chicken is slightly expensive, means it's expensive, but an average person should be able to afford the egg. At least minimum of 1 egg per day. That's why I say if you cannot, for the elderly person, if you cannot take you may not need to take the yolk, the yellow part, but the white part is okay. But for a younger person, you can take both the white and the yellow, the yolk and the yellow part on daily basis.
No reason why you cannot take the poultry industry to crescendo. Because have you heard of the Shika Brown? Shika Brown was developed here in Nigeria. It's a rugged bird. It was developed in Zaria by Professor B.Y. in Napoli. And it works everywhere in the country. It works in the tropics, in the core north, and even in the southwest, southeast, and south-south. So we don't have any problems in poultry, except, policy consistency and the enabling environment to be able to really scale that. If you take people who had large investments like Obasanjo in Ota and all that, there is no reason why those things will not be scaled and they will not be factors that affect all of Africa's poultry. There are many poultry farms that are big, that need to be expanded, that need to work better, so that we will have enough poultry meat and other products to meet our demands and the demands of even Africa.
As Nigeria strengthens its food systems, poultry remains one of the most accessible pathways to prosperity. Agric prosperity, growing the nation's future.